for a reason best known to them, and today we are hearing a different thing. Let us see what is going to happen. Justice delayed is justice denied. But justice manipulated is outright destroyed. Justice manipulated is outright destroyed. When you delay justice, you have just denied it to the person. And when you manipulate justice, you just destroyed it completely. You destroyed it. And that is what we are seeing in Nigeria. In Nigeria, we are seeing denial and destruction of justice. They deny you justice and they destroy it at the same time. By delaying Nnamdi Kanu for 5 years now and still counting. That is denial of justice. And for these manipulations we are seeing today is utter destruction of justice. That is what we are saying. You will not understand until when we continue to go on. After the appearance of Nnamdi Kanu, you begin to understand why they did what they did. This illegal detention is unacceptable. The illegal detention is unacceptable. And remember the root. Remember the root cause of all these things we are seeing. I hope you never forget that. Our Supreme Leader, Nnamdi Kanu, continued detention is not only illegal, it is lawless. It's not only illegal, it is a lawless thing to do. Very lawless. And because Nigeria is a lawless country, and the international communities condone it, sponsor it, and support it, that is why they continue. Don't forget the genesis of all these things you are seeing. Remember the genesis of this problem. In 2017, Nigerian court granted him bail. 2017, our Supreme Leader Nnamdi Kanu was granted bail after he was arrested in 2015. 2017, he was granted bail after 2 years. He was arrested in 2015 when he landed in Lagos. In that case, it was an arrest. And on 2017, he was granted bail. The bail was never lawfully revoked. The bail of Nnamdi Kanu was never lawfully revoked. Every one of us know what transpired. While Nnamdi Kanu was enjoying his bail, they sent the military to go and buy him. They went to the home of Nnamdi Kanu to buy him. In the process, 28 people died in the home of Nnamdi Kanu with Jack. And the parents of Nnamdi Kanu lost their life out of the trauma. This is what Nigeria has committed against Nnamdi Kanu. 2017, he was granted bail after 2 years. That bail was never lawfully revoked. So you see, Nnamdi Kanu is not even supposed to be anywhere near the cell of detention in Nigeria. But because he's a Biafra, because Nigeria is a lawless place, they are detaining him. Also remember, in 2022, the Court of Appeal in Abuja discharged and acquitted him. 2022, the Court of Appeal in Abuja discharged and acquitted Nnamdi Kanu. That means under Nigerian law, he should be a free man. Under Nigerian law, Nnamdi Kanu should be a free man. It's not Biafran law, not European law. Under Nigerian law itself, Nnamdi Kanu is supposed to be a free man. I am telling you about things that transpired before we get to where we are today. Remember, the United Nations Human Rights Council ruled in July 2022 that the arrest and extraordinary rendition of Nnamdi Kanu from Kenya was illegal, and they demanded his release immediately. They even demanded for a compensation for him, but Nigeria turned everything down. Nigeria never listened. Nigeria ignored everybody. and the whole world went to sleep. Nobody was outraged. Nobody was ready to hold them accountable. Nobody came and asked them, why didn't you obey the laws that were put down? Nobody. Because it's a Biafra. Because it's a project that belongs to the global community. Because everyone of them have interest in Nigeria, where they are struggling for oil. Who is going to steal more? And because of that, they don't have time to talk to anybody. Yet today, Nnamdi Kanu remain locked up in DSS detention. With all these facts available, with the call of release of Nnamdi Kanu made by the court in Nigeria and other international bodies, Nnamdi Kanu remain locked up in DSS detention. What does this tell us? I'm asking you, what does this tell us? That Nigeria has no respect for its own constitution, its judiciary, and international law. Nigeria has no respect for any one of them. Nigeria has no respect for any one of them. No respect for international law, no respect for judiciary, and no respect for their constitution. A constitution that they themselves wrote. I wasn't the one that wrote the constitution. I wasn't there when the constitution was wrote. Constitution that they themselves wrote. They refused to obey it. This is the country that Finland is dining and whining with. This is a country that have the God to hold an innocent man and take him out. Nigeria is not a state, it's a failed state, a terrorist one at that. And we want to dive in. Why is Nigeria holding Nnamdi Kanu? Why has Nigeria continued to hold Nnamdi Kanu and refuse to let go against all the verdicts that have been in court? We must start to ask the most important question. Why is Nigeria so desperate to keep Nnamdi Kanu in detention, even against court orders? Why are they that desperate? Why? Did you ever ask yourself, why is it Nigeria is so desperate to keep Nnamdi Kanu in detention? The answers are not far-fetched. One of the answers is because his voice exposes the truth about Nigerian failed state. That is why they are scared. Because the voice of Nnamdi Kanu expose the truth about Nigeria failed state. They can't hide it. They can't hide it, not when Nnamdi Kanu is around. But I bet you they just misfire because we are also around and will not allow them to hide all those atrocities. Another reason why they are desperate to hold Nnamdi Kanu is because his leadership unites. His leadership unities. His leadership skills to unite the Biafrans. His leadership to unite Biafra is scaring them so much, more especially the politicians in Biafra land. The leadership of Nnamdi Kanu is scared them to hell. That is one of the reasons they don't want him to release. All these politicians, all these governors, all the southeastern politicians, they see Nnamdi Kanu as a threat. They see Nnamdi Kanu as a threat. That is why they don't want him to release. Because his leadership unites Biafrans and threatens the structure of oppression. The leadership of Nnamdi Kanu threatens the structure of oppression. They cannot continue to oppress us as long as Nnamdi Kanu is still breathing and talking. They know very well. That is why they are so desperate to hold him. Another last reason is because his release will energize the global call for Biafra independence. Did you understand that? They know that immediately Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is released, the global call for Biafra independence will be huge. It will be unstoppable. It will be unstoppable. They know that. These are the reasons why they are holding Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. They don't want him to breathe. In the face of all the human rights abuses, they don't want Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. They don't give a damn. Even against international law and their own law, they don't give a damn as long as Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is not free. They know that his freedom is the freedom of Biafra people. And his freedom is going to raise strong question, and Biafra would, nothing will stop Biafra from coming in his release. The case of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is just one piece of larger picture. Nigeria has become a country where different kinds of atrocities are happening. Nigeria has become a country where peaceful protesters are shut down, like during the NSAS massacre at Lekki toll gate. Look at the Shiite group. When Shiite group were protesting, they opened fire and many of them were shot dead. IPOB came together to pray, they opened fire. It is bloodshed everywhere. Bloodshed everywhere. Journalists are harassed, arrested, and silenced. That is why today Nigerian media is useless, more than useless. Nigerian media can never ever carry any news. They can't go to the front and interview people. They will not, they can never see them go out of their studio to interview. They are sitting down in their studio. The government will write a script for them and they will play the script. That is what they do in Nigeria. Yoruba media. That is what they do. They sit in their offices and they push propaganda and blackmail, lies. At the end of the month, they take their salary. Lies. Bunch of liars. Journalists are harassed, arrested, silenced. Community in the East are raided, bombed, and burned under military operation. This is going on even as we speak. Nobody is talking. No politician cares. Ohaneze Ndigbo is far from it. Nobody is talking. Community in the Southeast, mainly community in the Southeast, are raided every day. The raiding is still going on as we speak. Okigwe and Olo, raiding is still going on even if as I speak. Abducting innocent young men and women. This is what we see. Community in the East are raided, bombed and burned under military occupation. Fulani terrorists, room free. The terrorists, the main terrorists that we know, that the whole world have known, I'm going to prove, they are roaming about freely, killing innocent farmers. Yet, activists demanding freedom are jailed. Fulanis have free hand to go anywhere they want to go, do anything they want to do. But those who are fighting for freedom, they are being jailed. They are being jailed. This double standard is the height of injustice. I don't know what else can be worse than that. I do not know what else could be worse than that. That is what moved people to begin to call for the protest. Because enough is enough. The Chukwu continue to guide and protect all of us. The international double standard is also speaking loud. The silence of the international community is defining. International community, they don't say anything. They don't say anything. They keep silent in the midst of atrocities. They keep silent. The same West that quickly condemn human rights abuses in other nations is silent when it comes to Biafra. The same United States that will so much cry for human rights, UK will cry for so much human rights, but today they are in the front abusing the right of Biafrans. They don't care. Why? Because of oil. Because of our oil, Nigeria has sold to them and continue to give to them free. Because of politics. Because their interest is in Nigeria. Resources outweighs their own concern for African lives. That is why they don't care. The resources, the criminal resources that were acquired, that is where their heart is. They don't want to lose it. They don't want to lose it. All their criminal money they have acquired. They continue to fix themselves from one place to the other. We must not agree. But history teaches us that no empire, no government, no institution can suppress the truth forever. The truth cannot be suppressed forever. It can be suppressed for some time, but it cannot suppress it forever. The more you suppress the truth, eventually it's going to come up to haunt you. And that is what you see in Biafra. You can't stop Biafra. It doesn't matter what you do. It doesn't matter who you are. When the time comes, when the right people show, you will understand. My people, this is the time for action. Wherever you are as a Biafran, this is the time for action. Don't go to sleep and say, oh, they brought the case of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu close. Oh, you begin to see positivity with your eyes. And don't take your eyes away from what we are doing. Don't give it a chance. We will continue to do what we are doing until our school of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is released. We must continue to speak out. Share the truth across every platform. Share this video. Share it. Don't watch it alone. Share it. Share it. Sharing doesn't cost money. It doesn't cost money. Click like. You give a like. Give a thumbs up to the video. Give a thumbs up to the video and share. We must continue to speak out. Share the truth across every platform. We must engage international organizations, Amnesty International, Human Rights Watch, the United Nations. We must engage them. And we must not give up. We must mobilize as one people, refusing to be silenced or divided. And above all, we must stand firm for Biafra freedom. Standing firm for Biafra freedom. Don't shake. They can cage a man, but they cannot cage a nation dream. They can cage a man, just like they cage Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, but cannot cage a nation dream. We will continue to pursue our dream, and I bet you we will achieve our dream. No matter what you think, no matter what you say. So say to Nigeria, your illegal detention cannot erase justice. Everybody should tell the Zoological Republic, tell Nigeria, let them hear it and hear it clear, that their illegal detention cannot erase justice. Never, ever. Your manipulation cannot erase truth. It cannot. And your oppression cannot erase freedom. Never. Our supreme leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, will not be forgotten. Never, ever. We will not forget him. Biafra will not be silenced. Justice may be delayed, but it will never be denied. Wherever you are as a Biafran, do not lose your guard. Don't wait for anybody to come and talk to you to do what you have to do. You're supposed to know what to do and do it diligently and effectively without anybody pushing you aside. I urge every one of us that have been here today, continue to keep a positive mind. Continue to pray for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Continue to pray for Mazi Simon Ekpa. These two sons of Biafra. They have done a great job and they have made their mark in this world. We will not allow anybody to ridicule them. Never. We will not allow anybody to ridicule them. That is why every one of us must continue to do what we are supposed to do. Do not relent in your effort. Wherever you find yourself, if you can cry, cry. If you can shout, shout. Use that your platform to preach Biafra, no matter how small the platform is. Send out that message. You never can tell who will listen. You don't know who is listening to you. Are there good people out there? There are still millions of people that are good. There are still wonderful people out there. That's why we will not give up. We will continue to call out the atrocities of the world. All the evil they are planning, we will continue to call it out. More especially on the side of our Nnamdi Kanu and Samaneba. Don't allow anybody to deceive you. Don't allow anybody to distract you. Freedom is sure. No matter how long it takes. No matter how long it takes, we are going to be free. My fellow Biafrans, wherever you are watching this program from, I urge you in the name of Chukwu Abiyama to know that we have a responsibility. There's a responsibility we have in our hand. And we must not pretend as if we do not know. We have a responsibility. And we must continue to work to the success of that our responsibility. Nigeria is a failed state. Nigeria is a failed state, a state that has failed. When it has gotten to a stage where a member of a terrorist group will be giving press conference, will be speaking to press. And when we say it, some people will think it's a game. I would like to bring out that very video so that you can see where terrorists is granting press interview. A terrorist talking to press. You see them there, well armed with weapon, all his ammunitions with him. He didn't say, okay, come without your gun, or say you have. He has not even repented. This one has not even repented, and he's not ready to repent. And he made it clear to them. He made it clear to them, not that he was pretending about it. He has not repented, and he's not ready to repent. And he made it clear to them in that very place. But yet, they are not outraged. Their concern is a Biafran. I want us to listen. A terrorist granting press interview.